On a stormy April morning in a river valley of northern Italy, the Gothic camp was preparing for the Easter celebration. A light wind carried the scent of roasting meat across the encampment, while the Arian bishop murmured prayers for the holy day. Suddenly, a veteran Gothic warrior broke the solemnity, pointing urgently toward the Roman banners appearing over the hills. The camp quickly sprang to arms, for a battle that could decide the future of the Western Roman Empire was about to begin. The clash in early September 394 CE in the Frigidus Valley was one of the fiercest confrontations of Emperor Theodosius I's reign. Despite heavy losses among the Goths, Theodosius emerged victorious, securing his position as the sole ruler of the empire. The victory came at a high price. Around 10,000 Gothic warriors fell. But the triumph ensured temporary stability, though the months ahead would soon prove that such control was fragile. In January 395, Theodosius died unexpectedly at the age of 48 from heart failure. His death left a critical succession crisis. The elder son, Arcadius, was to rule the Eastern Empire, but was a weak and indecisive teenager. The younger son, Honorius, was only 10 years old and ascended to the Western throne at Mediolanum. Both were highly susceptible to manipulation by senior officials. In Mediolanum, a power struggle erupted following the emperor's death. Flavius Stilicho, Honorius' guardian and a seasoned general, emerged as the dominant figure. Cunning and ruthless, Stilicho acted out of duty to prevent the collapse of the Western Roman Empire. He campaigned against rebels in Africa, combated the Franks in Gaul, and even skirmished along Britain's northern frontiers, maintaining stability wherever possible. Stilicho's greatest concern, however, was the Balkans, where Gothic allies harbored resentment after the Battle of Frigidus. Having suffered thousands of casualties with little recognition, Alaric, a young Gothic leader, shared this grievance and was angered by the lack of high command appointments for his bravery, treated instead as a regular barbarian warlord. 2 months after Theodosius' death, Alaric rebelled, drawing more Goths to his cause. Dissatisfied with Roman treatment, they quickly expanded the revolt. Alaric led his forces east toward Constantinople, demanding recognition and improved status for his followers. After weeks of siege, he withdrew to Macedonia, seeking easier targets to pressure the Eastern government. Over the next 2 years, Alaric's rebellion swept through Greece, leaving widespread devastation. Major urban centers mostly survived, but the southern countryside, including the Peloponnese, was ravaged. In mid-397, Stilicho launched a naval campaign to Greece, pushing Alaric's forces north into mountainous Epirus, forcing Eastern officials to reconsider the rebellion. At the same time, Roman policies aimed to appease the Goths with rewards and land, though many of these gestures were met with resentment or disdain. By the end of the 4th century, Alaric moved westward in search of a new homeland, exploiting the scattered Roman forces in Italy. And with Stilicho preoccupied with campaigns against the Vandals, the Goths crossed the Julian Alps, relatively unchallenged. Upon hearing of Alaric's advance toward Mediolanum, Emperor Honorius fled southwest, seeking safety in the town of Hasta, while Alaric pursued him. Stilicho anticipated the Gothic advance, ambushed the Western army, and forced Alaric to retreat south to the Tanaris River Valley near the small town of Pollentia. Determined to defeat the Roman army in a decisive battle, Alaric attacked, but the Romans regained the initiative. The Gothic forces suffered significant losses and were ultimately pushed back to the Balkans. Yet, it was clear that Alaric's rise was far from over, and the Gothic threat would endure.